not going to give you a deep seat.
No, it won't.
Yep. What a good boy. And post. So what I want you to notice is he falls left, both directions. So this direction, the circle's huge. The other direction, the circle's small. So I want you to make the circles a bit more even, okay? So make the circle a little smaller and then down the long side and shoulder in. Feel his mouth. Oh, he's such a nice horse. He says, yeah, I like you, Cheryl. You take good care of me, man. You feed me a lot. You take care of me. I appreciate that.
Room service menu.
Yeah, I like that room service and that turn down service. Now you look in the mirror. You see how your shoulders are cocked to the right? There you go. So shoulder in, the right shoulder is back, but it's not down. Do you understand me? So you got to think about that because otherwise your weight is interfering with his ability to step through. So do it again. Your shoulders rotate to the right, but they stay level. Okay? That's much better. There we go. Yep. Shorten the reins a little bit. There you go. A little half halt. Yep. That's it. And circle. So you're just going to have to go back and forth until you feel as though you're not bracing against the motion of the sitting trot. Occasionally when it's quiet like this, close your eyes for a couple steps and say, okay, what do I feel? Where do I feel the grip? Where am I gripping? Am I gripping in my thighs? Am I gripping in my knees? Am I gripping in my calves? Am I gripping everywhere? Okay? And sit, hands down. Let him loosen you. Do the shoulder movement. Left, right, left, right. It's going to feel weird at first, but you see, he didn't care. Left, right, left. Look at me. Boop, 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 without the head thing. Don't do the head bob. That's not a part of the deal. Hi, Roxy. Up, 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 up. Good. And quiet. Hands down. There you go. A little half halt. And set him up to canter. Yeah? Okay. Swung his haunches a teeny bit to the right, but it wasn't bad. Much better than last time I saw you. Shorten your reins a little bit. Keep your hands alive. Make one big circle down at that end. Yeah, he says, oh yeah, I'm cantering, man. I'm moaning and groaning. Yep. Open your knees and thighs. If you feel your seat bones coming out of the saddle, you've got to let go a little bit and feel as though those seat bones stay down. Okay? And then straight ahead, full arena. And I want to see a shallow loop from the rail towards the center line, back to the rail on the same side. Feel his mouth. Whoops, that's okay. Yeah, he'll drop his back right before he breaks. If you don't close your leg fast enough, he'll be successful. You're starting to stand up a little bit here. Elbows in. You got to circle and feel like those seat bones are plugged in. You're a little too grippy with your whole leg. Just kind of, I know it feels weird. And yes, he may break. But you're going to be quick enough to say, no, I can loosen my leg, buddy. So you've got to be careful the horse doesn't teach you to be grippy. And then ride your loop this way. Try to step more to the right. You're falling off the left side. Boy, the saddle's really crooked. As a matter of fact, stop for a minute. Yeah, step in your right stirrup. Pull on the back of the saddle and get the saddle over to, way over to the right. There you go, to the left. There, that's it. So you may have to, horses are smart. They can put that saddle wherever they want it. So as you ride, you may have to stop and readjust the saddle. Hands down. Supple wrists and fingers. Move the bit a little bit and then relax your hands and say, there, see?
Yeah.
You went, oh, thank you. Now ride the loop this way. Go, yeah, back to the rail on the same side. Very good. Good. That girl. Keep stepping in your right stirrup to try to get that saddle over to the right. Now change rein across a short diagonal with a simple change. That means canter, walk, canter. Walk, follow through, follow through. When I say that, it means if he's trotting, you've got to keep half halting until he walks. Okay?
All right.
Now, check your rein length, circle here. Make sure that when you change direction, Cheryl, you shorten the new inside rein and you lengthen the new outside rein.
Got
If you don't, you're gonna block the band on the new side,
Got it.
okay?
Uh-huh.
And then ride the loops this way. Yeah, your seat's staying down to the left. To the right, the saddle's being shoved off to the left. So you're gonna have to fight that tendency. And it may, you know, who knows, doesn't matter. It's easy for a horse, it's like a backpack. They're like, hey, I want you on this side. Now regroup, there you go, regroup. Yeah, don't forget to kind of half halt and say, look, come on, stay uphill here, bud. There you go. That's, whoopsie. It's okay, walk a minute. So look, he's quick, but he'll drop his back right before he breaks out.
And then
You've got to be careful. Here's what I see.
okay.
Your legs are a little bit of contraction all the time because he might break.
Okay.
But the problem is if that's the case, as you get tired, he will break.
Yeah.
He can't help it, can he?
Because I can't.
So
help
you
it.
want to
Yeah.
feel like those legs are in a little bit more breathing, okay? Down, squeeze, down, squeeze. Let your thighs open up a little bit.
Okay.
Because if you're using your leg in rhythm and it's fairly light, then when you need it, there's something left. If it's always strong,
Got nothing.
how much leg is there? And you'll get tired.
Yeah.
I never feel tired. I talk to Susan about this all the time. I never feel tired in the canter. Never.
Oh.
Now I feel tired in the trot,
Yeah.
but not in the canter.
Okay,
For
good.
me, the canter is very, I don't know, it's rhythmic, and I never, if the horse is in front of my leg, I'm going to back him up gently with the stick or as needed. And then I feel like my legs are supple. I don't feel like they're strong, because if they are, how do I get a medium or extended canter? I don't.
Right. Yeah.
All right?
Right.
So do that loop, start from the rail.
Mm-hmm.
One more time this way, then
Okay.
I want to see a simple change. Your
Okay.
homework is to look up, research a little bit. Dressage takes study. No two ways about it. It's the only discipline really, I think, at least as far as I've seen, where you really need to have homework. You need to study, because then when you're questioned, you can verbalize the concepts. Most of the time, if you've had lessons, you kind of know, but in terms of repeating it, probably not.
Right. You're the first one for me
Uh-huh.
who's had me do that.
You have to.
Yeah.
So half halts are a big topic that we're going to explore.
Okay.
Big topic.
All right.
They can mean we're going to make a transition, slow down so that we live. They also can mean come up in the withers, engage your hindquarters. Come up in the withers. I mean, it's this gamut. It's this big scale. Oh my God, let's survive. Very delicate, often repeated, okay?
Uh-huh.
So Dr. Robert Dover talks about riding from half halt to half halt, and it's true. As you go up with your training, you do many more half halts. In the beginning, you're kind of going, oh, should I have half halted?
Perhaps.
So I want you to do a little Google half halts. You won't believe what'll come up. It'll blow your mind.
My time.
And start to think about where they should be used. They should be used anytime a horse loses balance, any more time a horse loses focus, before and after every transition in appropriate numbers, not numbers, and to increase engagement. So it starts to become much more, like we see someone piaffing
very
and passaging,
active.
not in the piaffe so much, but in they're half halting every stride. Yeah, okay.
Crazy. Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right.
Yeah, you've been really good today.
He
Yeah,
is. He
really
is.
good. The parents are here. Yeah, you've
Yeah,
been really
parents
good
are
for the
here.
parents. Good
Yeah.
boy.
Okay.
Good boy. It's a parent-teacher conference. Get up there. Get up there. Good boy. Now, part of the reason sometimes he doesn't want to go forward when you ask him is you're gripping with your knees and thighs. Just take my gloves. Oh. Your gloves are over there. I think.
Oh,
They were black. I mean, they were.
Well, they're dirty navy.
all right. I'm going to canter a circle and then.
Yep. See, look, if he canters off that light and aid, he doesn't need a grippy leg to keep going.
No, he doesn't.
Okay? So let your legs go. If he breaks, say, you know what? The rules have changed. You're going to go. I'm not going to grip. Yeah, I know. Hard work, huh? Move the bit a little bit. Try not to lock up when you feel him perhaps struggle a teeny bit, okay? Do it one more time. We know that, Canner, come on, you gotta feel that faster. There you go. So try to react a little faster. This isn't that hard for him. We're not asking him to do something really hard. But he says, yeah, all right. Okay, so here you go. Set him up for a walk. So take your time, collect him, and walk. Now, okay, that was better. Good, him. So look, I got to talk to you. When you ride a loop or you ride counter canter, stay in the middle of him. Stay centered. That's your new middle name. Cheryl, stay centered, Myerson.
Okay.
It's a very long name.
Yes.
And don't change the flexion. How does he know he's supposed to stay in the counter canter if you're changing the flexion of the bend?
Keep your leg and don't change
Okay.
the person.
Yeah, I
Okay,
could-
that's the first time.
Oh,
Hey,
we're team teaching. Yay.
I've never done a
I
counter
got after
canter.
somebody the other day.
I told her you were going to
I
start
got
her on
after
counter
Jennifer
canter.
Kirsch. I got after
Yay.
Jennifer Kirsch. I'm like, oh, I see. We're team teaching. I wasn't aware of that. And then she did it again, and I said, I'm teaching. And she, but I just thought, it was one of those things where
I'm not team teaching.
I have to. No, no.
Shall we do it again?
Yes, because look at me.
Okay.
In true lead, we want the horse in a shoulder four, and really in counter canter, we want them in a shoulder four. This is the very beginnings of counter canter. However, your leg position doesn't change, your weight doesn't change, your shoulders don't change. If you start moving around, he's going to go,
What the hell is she doing?
"It's going to be a flying change."
Yeah,
There's going to be
right.
you'll feel him kind of fire up a little bit, okay? If your legs stay the same, if your body stays the same, if you stay in the middle of him and you just keep the flexion, look where you're going. He turns easily off either leg. You don't need to,
Okay.
yeah, okay? So we're gonna do that actually at least once more each direction. And I want you also look up simple changes.
Okay.
What should I see? Canter, collect, canter, canter, walk, 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 canter. No cross steps, okay?
All right.
Good boy, you're being really good today. He says, oh, I'm so good at parent-teacher conference.
Yeah.
I never thought of that before.
No, it's a good one.
Well, we don't get both parents very often, Thanks for coming out. We get no parents. We just get the moms.
Right.
Yeah, single
I don't
parents
believe,
single
I don't
parents
believe
out
I'm
here.
recognized as a parent here.
Well, you are a parent.
Whether you
I'm
know
a
it or not.
parent, but not a
Recognized.
parent. I'm a parent,
Yeah,
but not
next
a
long
parent.
side, make it a little wider. And then remember, you're talking to him through your wrists and fingers.
Really a parent.
You can go, you're fine. You can go around that mare. She won't care. She's nice. So go around the poles. Head back. There you go. He goes, ooh, look, it's a mirror. Ooh.
Exactly.
And you just have to be a little careful. That time you almost overbent him a little bit to the left, okay? So circle once. I want to see it one more time. Nothing really changes. The only thing that might change is for him to really understand that you don't want a flying change yet. Your outside leg gets a little stronger on the middle of the loop, okay? So right leg a little stronger. Keep your hands alive. You're a little braced against each other. And then a short diagonal with a simple change. Canter, it's in the same place every time, right? So you want to be a little quicker to say, whoops, that's the spot. Now walk, walk. So this is important. The first time he says, hey, this is where we break, you got to say, oh, I'm on alert now. We're not going to break there. And then you've got to really feel like your hips are over his hips. If you fall forward with your upper body, Cheryl, he's going to break every time. Okay? Don't let him pull you out of the saddle. You got to be strong enough in your core that if he pulls you down.
Okay.
Do the loop again.
Got it.
Yeah. Oh, please. Look at this start. Yeah, it's got to move off your left leg. Oh, this, yeah, keep cantering now. That's it. There you go. Good. Short diagonal, body back, and walk. Sit back. Tell him, whoa. Pet him. Good boy. He goes, oh my God, you said whoa. Give him a pat. Say, good boy. Now ride straight. You're leaning a little off to the right. And circle, big circle. So 1, circles are going to be the same shape and size. 2, you're going to notice if you're not centered. Now start to collect him and ask him to walk. Collect, collect, take the outside rein and walk. He goes, okay. Oh. Now let him catch his breath for a minute. Give him a pat. He says, oh, I'm being really good today. I'm super. Come on in. Lots of room. So you have to be more organized with your upper body, okay? Meaning, level shoulders, level hips. You're staying in the middle of the horse, not sliding off to the left. And you've got to get that feeling that you're anchored over your seat bones in those downwards. Because otherwise, he's going to fall in the forehand. And I want you to be a little quicker. He broke down in that same spot like 4 times. Wrong. Oh yeah, of course. And the thing to remember is that it's not always that we cause it, but we're responsible for it. So it's not that you said trot here. It's that he went, oh, this is my spot, and you went, uh-oh, now what? So you gotta react faster. Now let the reins out. Let him catch his breath for a minute. Let him stretch. He says, do you know how cold it is out there? For God's sake.
It's warm in here.
Catch my breath for a minute here. Whew. He's being really good today. Really good. This is so much better. He's so much more focused and so much more balanced. I don't feel like he's just dragging you around like you're water skiing.
No.
But the thing about it is that responsibility comes from the rider's seat.
Okay.
Okay? You've watched Dolly ride him. Unless she's posting, those little seat bones don't come out of that saddle.
Right.
So that's how you get the horse uphill and off the forehand. Okay? If they can pull us forward, they're not stupid. You know, they might. So, half halts, half halts, half halts. Oh my God, it's a big topic. Because I've heard personally Robert Dover, Kay Meredith, I'm trying to think who else, there's one other famous person, speak for over an hour each about half halts. I mean, after a while, we were all just like, oh my God, should we now? Because it's just, you know, it gets so in depth. You're like, oh my God. You're talking about the exact timing and all the movements to get it exactly right. And you're like, I can't even think like that. Because for me, I had to learn to be talented on a horse. I was not. I admit it. You see someone like a Jan, they're born talented. I mean, you know what I mean? It's easy for them. They never really think about it that much. But for a lot of us, we have to learn how to feel. It's not natural. You'll see some people, you know, think about little Paige. She's a natural on a horse, right? She just gets on, she's so soft and balanced, and she and Roxy have worked so hard to develop her feel, but I mean, she has a natural feel. For the rest of us, we have to learn really hard. We have to work really hard and learn that feel.
My dog's lucky.
I'm going to visit.
That's a nice person.
I'm going to visit right
Don't
here.
get to see
I'll stay
boys
here.
very often.
Yeah, hello.
Time
Hey,
to
look
go.
here. I'm really happy to see you. Hello.
Kitty cats all over him.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to look up half faults. You're going to look up counter
Time to
canter.
go. Time to
Okay,
go.
so that's like 2 or 3 steps of counter canter, but it's still counter canter.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to look up counter canter. The reason we counter canter is for strengthening, straightening, and for submission.
Okay.
You want your dog bed, Roxy? Okay. And it's very important for the rider to learn that level of organization, okay?
Yes.
And you're also going to really picture in your mind, I want you at times to sit on a hard surface.
Okay.
This is a soft surface, but sit on a hard surface, close your eyes, and rock to the back of the seat bones and the front of the seat bones. And the back of the seat bones and the front of the seat bones. You're going to come to a neutral position in the middle of the seat bones. That's where you want to be. For you, you've got to feel like you're more towards the back than the front.
Yes.
If you're in the front, your upper body's going to fall forward.
No. It won't scare him.
Yeah, it's a big one. Picture in your mind, you know, those tippy toys, punching bags?
Yeah.
And you've got to feel like you can tip forward and back. And then it comes from here to and the strength, the balance of your upper body to be able to stay in balance there and not fall to the side or fall forward. But you can do it. You just have to be consistent. Okay?
And aware.
Yeah. So this is the beginnings of counter canter, and there's so many things you can do. You can ride a loop and then add a circle in, and then there's all kinds of things you can do. And then what starts to happen is it gets wider, gets harder, but not yet.
Right.
I want you to feel as though the 2 loops are symmetrical. Right now, when you go this way, it's much shallower because you've got the poles there to hold you out. But on that side, you don't. So you've got to just notice.
So should I go that far
Yes,
Okay,
you should.
like to the quarter line?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we talked about I think the
We
quarter line
probably
that
did.
might have come out of my lips. I think so.
It probably
Yeah.
did.
So as you're writing, if you have a list from a lesson or you come up with a mantra of specifics for you and specifics for the horse, okay? And if you keep going through that, and if you keep thinking about the elements of the training scale, you know what to do. You don't have to have someone tell you what to do. You know what to do. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, I got to really think about my shoulders being level and staying centered because horses will put you where they want, okay? So to me, he's much straighter in the canter than the last time. The quality of the canter's better. Whatever you're doing, the left lead's looking much more comfortable.
It is,
You
yeah.
have him better on the bit. The only thing you've got to watch is that when you do something you're not sure about, you've got to stay more flexible through your hands. You can't, if he struggles and you lock up, then it won't work
Lose
so
it.
well.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
okay?
Okay.
So all I want to see is one more canter loop to the left where you come a little bit further off the rail.
Okay.
Okay.
Canter.
Yep,
Both ways or just one way?
just this way.
Okay. All right.
He says, I'm being so good.
You are being
I'm
so
just a super boy.
Look at
Yeah,
you, baby.
look how good I am. And look at my butt, it's so well muscled.
That's because I make him work.
You know, see how light it takes to get him to go?
Yeah.
That's all you need, okay? You just have to believe it. You know, and if you can't do it down the first long side, do it down the next long side. I don't care. Sit back. That's right. There you go. And then just ride straight ahead. If you can't finish the loop, who cares? There you go. Oh, I lose my mind. I'm going to start jumping up and embarrassing myself.
Make
in
her
front of
do it up
parents
here
in
and
a
you can
minute.
yell at her.
It's not that you have to chase him to keep that. You just have to be more feeling so he doesn't think it's okay to do it in that same spot. Okay? You're okay. Where you going? So okay. So, simple changes, counter, canter, half halts. You've got a lot to think about, don't you?
I do.
Yeah. So walk a minute, let him stretch. I'm going to talk to you about half halts. Let's give him a breath. I'm going to talk to you about half halts. Half halts, big topic. If we think about the posting trot, actually, we can even think about it in the walk. If your body is following and moving with the horse, and then if you firm your core and close your thought, see, the horse will go, oh, if they're trained, which he is, if they understand half halts, they'll come back to you, right? You'll feel them say, oh, are we doing something? So when you get on a horse you don't know and they seem to have a little bit of a lively walk, right away you say, all right, I better be thinking about whether or not you're listening to me and half halting or not, okay? If I make a half halt in the walk and the horse blows me off, I will probably shorten my reins and halt and say, you know, that was my half halt there, buddy. In the trot, if you're doing it rising, it's as you stand, not as you sit initially. Initially, you should be able to do it either way. But at this point, think about in the posting trot, lifting and holding. So you feel the horse say, oh, are we doing something? In the canter, it's similar. Your seat will roll in a circle this way. It feels as though you shorten the swing of the hip. Instead of the hips just kind of going along passively, it feels as though you control the swing, and that comes generally from your upper thighs. I'm sure in terms of some reading you've read about using your loins. Old-fashioned word, but you know, it's your inner thigh. It feels as if by, and I don't mean really strong, but by closing that area, you limit that roll of your seat. Instead of your seat going long, it starts to shorten a little bit, okay? If you firm your back and take a little feel of the horse's mouth, especially through the outside rein, he'll say, oh, you want me to rock back. Something's changing. Okay. You've got to start to now have a range of half halts, okay? I've lost your balance. We're going to do something. And pretty quickly, it's a lot more than that. It's, I want you to lift up your shoulders. I want you to sit on your hindquarters. I want you to engage. It becomes much more about engagement. Engagement is the bending of the joints in the hind leg when the foot's on the ground, okay? So if we look at little Chevy here, when the inside foot lands on the ground, as they start to be a little more collected, you see the hindquarters lower a little bit, okay? You won't see it on many hunters, so I'm just kind of telling you about the timing. Whoops, see? Yeah, see, there you go, that's my case. So, but the point is that you see them dressage horses, okay? Like, have you seen that big horse go?
Oh, Aries?
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, he can engage in his sleep. Amazing for a horse that big. It's astounding, really. And Ricky can really engage. He can really engage, but you have to ask him for it. Otherwise, he'd love to just have a nice day. All right, so anyway, in the canter, it feels like you grow taller, you shorten the swing of your hip, and you have to be able to do multiple half halts. It might be half halt, and half halt, and half halt, and walk. So for most people, if you count down, let's say canter to walk, at least from three or six, 3, 2, 1.